You shot straight, but you shot late. High 11. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown. I'm gonna give you the rundown.
There's a difference now. Yeah.
And we're on the scene of breaking news in Ortega, where JSO is at a standoff at an apartment complex. I'm Tanika Hughes. Action News Jack's Annette Gutierrez is live near the Collins Preserve Apartments. Annette, do we have any idea what brought police to that complex, who they're looking for?
Tanika, I actually just got off the phone with someone who called us about saying they heard police saying Rashad Murphy's name. Now, he is one of the suspects that police told us earlier they are looking for in connection with Foolio's murder. And actually, while I've been here, I've heard police over the megaphone saying, come out with your hands up. Police is here. We don't want to harm you right now. This is everything that I'm hearing. I tried to videotape it, but it's a little hard to hear. But in this time that I've been here, we've actually seen a lot of JSO officers pull into this apartment complex. And I also saw the SWAT command center enter. And we also have a few JFRD crews, what appears to be on standby. And also I did speak with a neighbor who said they've been here for several hours telling Foolio's suspect to come out. And again, that neighbor told me over the phone that it sounds like his family is here. They're telling him to come out. They want him to just put his hands up and surrender himself to the police. Again, this is all developing right now. We have reached out to JSO for more information, and we also have reached out to JFRD if there have been any transports. Again, this is developing. Of course, as we get more information, we will update you on air and online. But for now, for local coverage you can count on, reporting live in Ortega, Annette Gutierrez, Action News Jax.
Say man, hey man, it's OG Jucario. Now I'm back at you with another one. And guess what? Another suspect is in custody for the murder of Foolio. That's right. Now in that snippet, that clip I showed earlier in the video, in the beginning, you can see, Shell G-Man, she was on the scene. And, you had the helicopters in the sky, you had the guns on the ground, and they weren't giving up. They weren't going to let this guy barricade himself in that apartment any longer. And it said, and as the news broadcast said, there were family members also in that house. And they got him to, come on out of that house because he was barricaded in there. He was refusing to come out, right? So now a fourth suspect is now in custody in the murder of Foolio. And we have another suspect that's still out there, and these guys has the last name Murphy, right? And Foolio was dissing Spaz, and Spaz's name happened to be, Adams and Murphy, right? He went by either or. So it's safe to say, the discussion is on Reddit that, these are his family members, these Murphy boys, and they are definitely involved some type of way with the Foolio murder, and possibly, as get back, as revenge, and, retribution for what happened to Spaz. And Foolio, did Spaz and numerous diss songs of his, right? So this would, make sense that, these guys would possibly be involved, right, for what's really going on in this Foolio murder. Okay, so now you have another Murphy that's on the run still. See, Rashad Murphy is the one that was apprehended. He's in custody now. He went by the name Ghost. Now, Rashad Murphy became the topic of discussion on Reddit because people started putting two and two together, saying, look, he has a account on here, and it looks like he's responding to comments and replying to things and saying things on Reddit, that only a person who was involved in some of these criminal activities would know. Right, so they narrowed it down and said allegedly this was Rashad Murphy's account, going by the handle No Monitor, right, making these comments on Reddit, you guys. And the whole time that this whole incident that's going on, right, with him, being searched for by authorities, he's on Reddit, having discussions and responding and replying to people, that are keeping up with the case. Now, isn't that crazy? Yeah, so to keep y'all updated on what's going on in the Julio Foolio investigation, as far as these two suspects that were still on the run, but now one's in custody. And let me also add that it's being discussed that Kenny Caps did some time for the murder of Spaz, right? He was gunned down at that football game in front of all those people. And people were saying that, well, Kenny Caps didn't do that. But you got witnesses say that they seen him, commit the crime. People are saying Bibi did it. And Bibi's deceased. You hear Foolio talk about his homeboy Bibi all the time. So there's conflicting stories there. And the story goes like this, that, maybe that they were there also, on that night that Foolio lost his life in that shooting, that they could have possibly tried to get some get back also for what happened to Spaz, right? With Kenny being the one that did the time for that crime, for that shooting, that murder of Spaz, right? But like I said, people are saying that it's conflicting stories on if Bibi actually did it and Kenny just didn't snitch and he did the time for it. So there's also another topic of discussion. Was the Murphy boys there to get rid of Kenny Caps as well as Foolio, right? A 2-for-1. And some kind of way, Kenny Caps, slipped through the loop on that one. And, people feel like, hey man, that could have possibly been the reason why, those two were in on it. Because, they had a personal vendetta against Kenny Caps and Foolio for doing the dissing, right? So y'all let me know, man, what's really going on, you guys. So it looks as if law enforcement isn't playing around out there in Florida, and they definitely are getting information on where these suspects are at and where they're located to go make these arrests, right? So y'all get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this entire ordeal. And make sure you keep it locked to OG Jucario TV for more information in the Julio Foolio investigation. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than Buddha, you hear me? And guess what? I'm gone.